And over 500 million years ago, long before fish or sharks existed, Earth's oceans belonged to creatures that looked more like science fiction than real animals. In the shallow seas of what is now Canada, one predator ruled these waters: Anomalocaris canadensis, a strange, shrimp-like hunter with huge eyes, spined grasping arms, and a circular mouth full of teeth. In this video, we'll dive into its world, how it looked, how it moved, and how it hunted, to see why this bizarre animal became the ultimate monster of the Cambrian seas. Unlike most modern predators, Anomalocaris canadensis didn't have a rigid shell or fins. Its body was long and flexible, lined with a single row of flap-like lobes that beat in a wave, letting it glide through the water like a living ribbon. At the front, two powerful spined appendages acted like grappling arms, curving inward to grab and manipulate prey. Behind them were large compound eyes for sharp vision in murky water. At the center was a circular toothed mouth made of hard plates, perfect for gripping soft-bodied prey. Beneath Anomalocaris canadensis, the Cambrian seafloor was far from empty. Rippled sand, scattered rocks, and fine mud were home to armies of trilobites, crawling, burrowing, and scavenging across the bottom. Most were small, armored arthropods, feeding on organic scraps in the sediment, while soft-bodied worms and other strange forms filled the water column above them. In this crowded, alien ecosystem, Anomalocaris was not alone, but it was one of the few animals powerful enough to cruise freely above the seafloor, searching for weaker prey. In these seas, Anomalocaris canadensis was not a mindless brute, but an agile hunter. Most of the time it patrolled the open water, using its flexible flap-driven body to glide and dart after soft-bodied animals suspended above the seafloor. When a target came into range, its frontal appendages snapped shut like barbed tongs, pinning the prey before it ever reached the sand. Many times it dropped closer to the bottom, sweeping just above trilobites and burrowing creatures, searching for anything unarmored enough to be grabbed and torn apart in its circular mouth. Here, speed and surprise mattered more than brute force. Instead of smashing shells, it targeted softer exposed animals, using its arms to lift them off the seafloor and feed in mid-water, safely away from the clutter of the sediment. For a long time, Anomalocaris canadensis was less a single animal and more a scientific jigsaw puzzle. Its spiny frontal appendages were first described as a bizarre shrimp-like creature, the circular mouth as a separate, jellyfish-like fossil, and isolated body flaps as yet another unknown species. Because these parts were rarely found connected, early paleontologists assumed they represented three different animals living side by side in the Cambrian seas. Only after more complete specimens were discovered in the Burgess Shale did researchers realize that the shrimp, the jellyfish, and the odd body pieces actually formed one large, highly unusual predator. Since then, modern 3D modeling and CT-style reconstructions of its eyes, gut, and appendages have revealed just how sophisticated Anomalocaris really was. A streamlined swimmer with advanced vision and specialized grasping arms tuned for hunting soft-bodied prey. Its story is a reminder that our view of ancient life is always provisional, built from fragments, and that with each new fossil, creatures we once saw as crude sea monsters can instead emerge as finely adapted animals in their own right. Even though Anomalocaris canadensis vanished of millions of years ago, its impact didn't end with its extinction. By becoming one of the first large active predators, it helped start an evolutionary arms race: better armor, sharper senses, and faster bodies in the animals that tried to escape it. Creatures like Anomalocaris show that complex hunting, defense, and competition were already shaping life very early in Earth's history, long before fish, sharks, or dinosaurs appeared. When we look back at this monster of the Cambrian seas, we're really seeing the opening moves of a story that eventually leads to modern oceans and to us. If you'd like to explore more ancient worlds and strange creatures, There are more journeys waiting in my ancient Earth and prehistoric life playlists. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next trip into deep time.